There we go. We should be going. Okay, this is the third episode of the 10,000 Likes podcast. I'm your host, John.
Co-host Terrell, and this is our guest today. His name's Trevor.
And today we will be breaking down the Marvel movies and ranking them in a tier list format. So let's get this started. Hey, I like to think we're not following a trend, we're starting a second wave of tier lists.
Because it's been a hot minute since anyone's seen a tier list.
Exactly, video. That's what I'm saying. We're bringing it back. Okay, so we're thinking of just starting and ranking these chronologically, going from the first one at least all the way down to the most recent one.
I feel like the easier way to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just get started. Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
So,
how we feeling about this movie?
General consensus. I feel
good.
like Iron Man 1
it's pretty good.
Can go into S tier.
S tier. Not even a question for me. I didn't want to do this chronologically because this is my favorite Marvel movie.
Just start off.
I didn't just want to be like, best one, it's all downhill from here.
I don't think it's the best one.
No.
So
I don't know if it's
really
I don't know
good.
if it's a nostalgic factor. I remember seeing this in theaters,
factor.
you know.
I guarantee
it's not that bad. Like, okay, you can make an argument for it without nostalgia.
This was the first.
Really? People don't like this movie? What's wrong with it?
No, I don't dislike it.
It's not bad.
I'm not going to say it's the best either.
First Marvel movie in the MCU.
It's got a lot of
credit.
Yeah, exactly. It's obviously...
It set up the universe as well,
yes,
with the whole Nick Fury thing at the end of it.
Alright, moving on.
Let's move on.
The best movie in the MCU.
Iron Man 2.
The Incredible
Hulk.
Incredible Hulk's next.
Oh, yeah.
Can we put that in F?
This is kind of a weird movie since it doesn't have Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. It has Edward Norton.
But then again, Iron Man didn't have
Yeah, whatever that...
I mean, Terrence Howard is a better roadie than Don Cheadle was, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
Don Cheadle's Don Cheadle. He's got that name power. You know?
Terrence Howard was on Power 10 years after Iron Man. Come on. No, not Power. What is that? Oh, no, it's not Entourage.
Empire?
It's one of those shows. I got to it eventually.
He's not with the culture.
It's not on Power. Shout out 50 Cent, right?
No, I'll never shout out 50 Cent.
Okay,
so Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk. Back to it.
I think it's putting Hulk in F.
In
I
F?
feel like we can put Hulk in F.
Goes without saying. Hulk
I was thinking of ways I could defend this, but I really can't. You can put it in F.
It's a bad movie.
Do we haven't? Okay.
I'm going through these movies with my fiance because she's never seen them. I'm definitely not watching the Hulk.
She has to watch it to get the entire idea behind it.
True.
How's she gonna get
said we'll just watch a recap.
How's she gonna get the backstory of the general without?
We'll just watch a recap.
You can't watch Infinity War without watching Hulk.
Yeah,
because the general's in it.
Is he even in Infinity War? I don't even know. Maybe like for a second in the background.
I guess he's in Endgame more so, but
okay. I guess I don't have any much more to say on this movie. The CGI looks kind of bad.
Terrible.
You know,
Hulk during sex.
Robert Downey Jr. is in the cutscene at the end.
He is. Yeah, he is.
So that gives us some credit.
Sexy Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Which just completely goes away.
Yeah,
I guess I did like what they did with like the watch and the heartbeat thing. You know, where if like his heartbeat got to a certain level, he'd turn into the Hulk. But that's it.
I didn't like that.
I'm just trying to think of some salvaging things to say about this movie.
I just think that was stupid because he's just like, I get mad.
I was like, when he swallowed the USB stick, I was like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of doing that. Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought of doing that?
No, I probably would have just chucked it somewhere.
You might have thought about it, and then like, no.
As like an 11-year-old seeing the movie, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought of it.
I wouldn't have known what a flash drive was when I was.
We can stop talking. We can stop talking about the Hulk now. I don't think there's much more to say.
Iron Man 2. All right. I'm thinking.
I put this in C.
Yeah.
B or C for me. I think it's fair to put it in C.
I really did not like Whiplash in this movie. I thought Justin Hammer at least had some humor to him when he's doing the whole briefing thing, and then
Justin Hammer's actually a funny character.
Yeah, he is. Whiplash, not funny. Just
I took your
bad character.
How does that make you feel? The best line in the whole movie.
Take the bird.
Take his pillows too, both of them. Take his shoes too.
But then the movie kind of breaks down because Tony Stark brings out this like old reel projector and starts playing his dad's old films. And even at the time, as like a 13-year-old, his dad like laid out the baseline for him to create this new undiscovered element, and I'm like, how did a man in the 50s know how to do that, and know that Tony would have the technology to make that happen?
Genius.
Some would say ahead of his time.
Some would say that. I think most would say that.
And then the whole back half of this movie, they're like at the pavilion, right? And then they're in that one dome, and then he uses that one laser thing that he never uses again. Isn't that just a movie where like
it's a one-off?
It's a one-off. It's a one-time use.
Where like
he says that
he just can't make it again.
No,
he uses it again.
I guess I can excuse. Is this the one where Rhodey's on top eating pizza at the end, and then they're like, "This is my roof," and
get a roof.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, this movie is the first Iron Man, but with Whiplash instead.
With a worse villain.
With
less
villain.
backstory about the villain, and no emotional attachment to Tony at all.
Not a huge amount of character development.
But the bird.
Bored.
What about the bird?
Bored.
And all the papers he has in his little lab in Russia.
Bored.
You know, the expositional background, Trevor. You know?
Yeah, they create a new problem just for another movie.
That they got to retcon in another movie.
That's why it's C tier.
Yep, that is why it is C tier.
But he's dressed as a triangle now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like that. Illuminati.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the comics? Isn't he a part of
the Illuminati? They were making.
Maybe.
They were making connections way back in.
Fact check that. I think that's true. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, pull that up, Trevor. Pull that up.
Looks like Iron Man was part of the Illuminati.
Yes,
there we go.
I knew it.
Confirmed.
Of the New Avengers.
I got a little bit of comic book knowledge in here. Not a ton, but it's there.
Under the bucket hat.
So on to our favorite superhero.
Onto Thor.
Captain America.
Thor's up next. This movie came out first.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Thor's pretty good, I think.
I thought
Thor's
Thor was pretty
alright.
good too.
I'd put that in B.
I'd put that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with the B ranking.
I think B is good.
In this movie, I'd say in later movies, Natalie Portman kind of got a little
Yeah.
But in this movie, she's okay, I guess. I like the ending scene. It wasn't as like big as other scenes, like in Iron Man 2, with them like almost blowing up the entire like pavilion or whatever. It was just them fighting in a small town against like basically a sentinel from Days of Future Past. I hate saying that because this movie came out first, but I saw this movie after I saw that, and every time I see that, I'm like, Sentinel.
I remember Days of Future Past.
I know you're gonna.
I saw that way after I saw Thor.
You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me for making that connection. But whatever. It's a good story. You know, Thor's kind of just a spoiled
Brad
fuck at the beginning of this movie, and then he gets got, and then he has to learn how to be nice again.
He changes.
Yeah.
There's a real character development.
A good character arc in this movie.
Make a god a man.
And back to a god. Loki in this movie? Do you remember anything about Loki? I really don't. Was he a major part in this movie?
He was a major part.
He does have long hair.
He was the villain of this movie.
I'm sorry. I think I saw this movie before.
They go to the Frost Giants world.
I thought that was at the beginning of Dark World.
I thought that was also Dark World.
No. They go to defeat the Frost Giants because Loki lets them in.
Oh boy.
Loki's a Frost Giant.
I knew that, but like when him and his crew go in to like, isn't that the opening of Dark World?
No.
Okay, guess I'm wrong then.
I might need to freshen up on Thor.
Yeah, maybe. I've only seen that movie once, and I've seen all of them once, and that's it.
I've also only seen Thor once.
Yeah. You know, so I guess I'm done. I'm done with Thor. We can move on if you want to.
Yeah, there's not much about Thor. Heimdall's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Heimdall's cool. Yeah.
Got one eye.
Probably the coolest character in that movie.
Big ass.
He doesn't have one eye in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
Is that Idris Elba? Pretty sure it is.
Captain America.
F.
No, new tier. The Captain America tier.
I'd put Cap up in.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'd put the movie in B tier.
I just personally don't like Cap because the movie came
fine.
later on in the series.
Or maybe A tier.
The movie's fine. I'd put it in A or B.
I wouldn't put it.
I will say this: me and John are thorough Captain America haters. Don't like Captain America.
I could see it's a toss up between A or B. It's up to you, Trevor. I don't really care.
I think I'd put it in A.
I was gonna say, you're
I think it could be in that. Yeah, I feel like that's a good placement for that.
It's not a bad movie. Just a bad character.
Oh, I don't know. He's not really that bad of a character in this movie. He kind of.
He's just not that good of a superhero.
Yeah. Remember when we were rewatching this? We were like, does Captain America kill people? And he kicks out of that barn door and just starts shooting Nazis in the face. We're like, oh, I guess that answers the question.
Where is Ant-Man and the Wasp in this movie? Weren't they in World War II?
I fell asleep during that movie. I couldn't tell you.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, no, that wasn't Ant-Man.
What? I've only seen Ant-Man once.
You know the OG Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, Hank?
Hank.
Pym?
Hank when he was Ant-Man.
And his waifu.
They were in this movie?
Yeah. Well, they were probably in world they were operating during this time, weren't they?
I suppose, yeah. I guess they're in every scene. They're following Captain America. They're just on his shoulder the entire movie. Okay.
Avengers. Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Probably
one of. Well, this first Avengers might be my least favorite Avengers movie of them all.
I wasn't really that sold on the Avengers movie, honestly. I didn't really like the team-up movies until way later in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'd put it in B. I'll do B.
I'm fine with that. I felt like a character that Thor went up against in the first Thor movie could now handle the entire Avengers. It didn't really.
Nick Fury became a major player. Was
this the movie where Nick Fury's like shooting a pistol at a plane with a nuke on it? And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Come on.
He didn't shoot the pistol. He just held his gun up.
Still though, I'm like, it's on the helicarrier. You could just nuke everybody on that thing if you accidentally shot that. Like,
I don't think that's how
I thought Nick Fury was not.
He just shoot it, just blows up.
Nick Fury was not like the leader he should have been in this movie. He made some pretty he made some pretty bad leadership decisions in my. I don't remember exactly what they were, but at the time when I watched this movie, I'm like, why is he doing this right now?
Why is he blowing up the plane?
Yeah, like why? Like I get that it's gonna nuke New York City, but like.
Yeah, that's why you're blowing up the plane.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
You're on a helicarrier. There gotta be guns on that thing, man. Like, just be like, hey, shoot down this plane. Instead of shooting with the pistol.
Does the helicarrier have guns?
I would imagine it had guns at that point.
I know I'm making a big deal out of this, but that just really bugged me when I saw this in the theater.
He should have been able to shoot it down.
I guess
without the rocket launcher.
And in the whole scene with like just the. I'm sorry for saying this. The Justice League looking villains at the end of this. Where it just went on for too long. They're just killing people. Just nobody stands a threat to them whatsoever. Yeah. That whale flies through the city. You know.
Whale.
It's more like a fish.
The space whale.
Space whale. Yeah. I guess it was okay how Iron Man flew the nuke into like their.
Yeah, into the portal.
Into the portal, yeah. They got blown back, and everybody's like, oh my god, Iron Man's dead. And I'm like, he's too cool to die. He can't do that.
Climax.
It had a very good ending climax. The lead up to it was kind of, Hawkeye got some kills, though, you know?
I'd rather have Hawkeye than Captain America.
Hawkeye was my favorite Avenger at one point.
Hey,
really?
Hawkeye at least had a family and some backstory.
Hawkeye's never my favorite Avenger.
Look at it.
Iron Man is just.
Yeah, that's true. If they were like a solo, well, you know, I don't think the MCU would exist if Hawkeye was the character they lit off with.
Main character Hawkeye.
Okay. You got any other words on Avengers, or you want to move on?
No.
Shawarma.
Best cutscene.
Haven't had shawarma, honestly. Haven't tried it. Didn't make me want to go and get shawarma after the movie.
What is shawarma?
Isn't it like a Middle Eastern?
I honestly don't even know.
Well, probably sounds like.
Isn't it like some sort of? I'm not gonna. You can look it up, I guess.
What's the dude selling in the Dark Knight?
Look it up on the screen.
It's not. It's like something wrapped in like pita bread. It looks like.
Having JB pull it up.
Yeah, having an important break in the ranking here to figure out which shawarma is.
Middle Eastern cuisine.
I knew
meat cut into thin slices, stacked in a cone-like shape. So that's what that is.
So that could be pretty good if you put the right.
Decent.
If you put the right seasoning in there.
You see those meat discs on those big poles turning around?
Oh,
that's shawarma.
Really?
Oh,
and they just cut off a slice of that. And, okay, I can see that. Yeah, might have to go try out some shawarma.
I was wondering what that was.
What's that meat thing called? The stick? Isn't it its own thing that's not called shawarma? What's it called?
No idea.
I don't know. We're kind of
Yeah.
going off on a tangent here.
Meat stick.
The spinning meat
We're
stick.
going off on a tangent here. Okay, we're officially done. We're done with phase 1. Let's move on to phase 2.
Is this I-3?
This is Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. Yep.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't.
But
I got some problems with this movie.
I put it in D. D under.
I'm okay with putting it in D.
First, if I didn't see any trailers to this movie and how they hyped up the Mandarin, I'm sure I would have had a completely different idea of what this movie was. But the fact that they basically just baited the entire audience into believing that Ben Kingsley was the Mandarin, and then it's just like, I'm just a British actor. It's like, what was that?
His name's Trevor.
What was that?
Also, Iron Man's suit just breaks down and he's just in the middle of Tennessee or wherever, and I'm just like, why is he hanging out with this little kid?
There's the good thing about this movie is you got some character.
I understand that it's like going into the PTSD that he suffered flying through the portal.
Yeah.
I just felt that could have been done a lot better. And then you got the whole thing with like the people blowing up or whatever. Like a guy blows up at a Grauman's Chinese theater, and I felt like that was really good. And I felt like it didn't pay off at all in this movie because then Guy Pearce is just like, I'm actually the Mandarin, and then he just dies. And then you got at one point you got.
Can we say big spoiler alert?
It's a 7-year-old movie.
We should have thrown that at the beginning of this.
Okay, so there's this group of people who are like genetically modified to turn into these like they have like lava running through them or something. I'm not gonna edit this. Nope, just spoiler. We're gonna retroactively talk our way up to that point in the movie. So
they got this thing, this program, this privately funded think tank that they have to keep mentioning throughout the movie.
So people make sure to remember what the actual plot of this movie is.
Make people grow back their lost limbs.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But for some reason, it makes them be able to like heat up metal
and
stuff.
Does it ever explain why they like blow up or?
Yeah, for some reason.
Do they get like angry and then they're just like? And then everyone has a risk of blowing up. And then at one point you have the president in Iron Man suit, and then like 50 of them just fly in and they're unmanned. And I'm just like, this is just a cluster at this point.
Iron drones, drone battle.
Iron Patriot.
and then Guy Pearce steals Gwyneth Paltrow.
Iron Patriot.
No, because at the end of Iron Man 1, he's like, I gotta get me one of those. And then I think by this one, he does put the suit on at the end. Right? Don Cheadle puts the suit on?
Yeah.
Iron Patriot.
Was there that one cool scene where they're like... No, that's not. That's not this movie.
There is the cool scene where he has like all of his Iron Man suits just like flying around. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess. And then like they still go into Paltrow and like put her... They've got like her hyped up on the Magma juice or whatever, the Magma juice.
The Magma juice.
And then she's the only one who's immune to even getting a chance to blowing up or whatever.
No, she goes through it. She just survives.
Well, she like drops down into an explosion, and then Tony's
works.
like, "No, she died," and then she's just able to live that.
Yeah. Then again, the other dude was able to.
And then what? Mandarin's just like gets a pipe going and just dies.
Yeah.
I did not like the Mandarin in this movie at all. If you couldn't tell. There was this one scene where he's breaking into like this like stone like mansion, right? And he has like this Iron Man glove on, and he like shocks somebody or something like that, and he gets zip tied to a bed, and then the villain just starts monologuing and then just leaves the room, just letting him escape. And I'm like, nice.
You caught me monologuing.
Really though, except he doesn't realize it, and he just leaves.
Oh, I was watching this movie a couple days ago, and he's tied to that bed, right?
Yeah.
So he does that thing.
Is there something I missed?
To make the Iron Man suit come to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because he has like this whole...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has like these magnets or whatever inserted in his body so he can like get the Iron Man suit to come to him like and then build onto him in pieces at this point.
Right, so he asked what the mileage was between Tennessee and where he was. It was like 832 miles. And
all of a sudden he's strapped to the bed, does that arm movement.
And it seems like it doesn't take that long for a suit to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the math. If it takes 5 minutes for his suit to get there, to travel 832 miles, that thing would have to be traveling like 9,000 miles per hour.
Future
Going
tech
real
Trevor.
fast, yeah.
3.209 miles per second.
You know, there are
3
levels.
miles a second.
There are levels, Trevor. You got your Elon
There's
Musk.
levels to this.
You got your Elon Musks, and then you got your Tony Starks.
Over here.
He's just built different. He's just built different.
Tony Stark's built different.
This is one where he gets his house. Oh, yeah. Another thing I didn't like about this movie is he's at like a gas station or something. He's like, "Here's my address. Come get me." And then this dude blows up his house, and I'm like, "What were you expecting to have happen here?"
That house has been through some shit.
Honestly, like, why would you do that, Tony?
Tony.
Obadiah never would have let him do that.
Obadiah Stane.
Didn't even talk about Obadiah at all. Or...
In Iron Man 1. Good character.
Great character.
I like Obadiah Stane.
When they're at, okay, one question. Let's not go back too far. But why are the chains just hanging there in that lab in Iron Man 1? And then he's like, he's just standing in the suit, and then it just starts glowing. And I'm like, why are those chains there? What purpose do they serve?
To lift stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess.
Suspension? I don't know.
I guess whatever. We can just move on.
What's the next one?
Dark World.
Dark World.
I've probably seen this movie like once or twice.
This movie's very.
This is a movie where he gets his hammer crushed, right? I thought that was a good idea for character development. You know, because Thor gets to this point where he's just thinking like, I'm the
he has his hammer in this whole movie.
What?
That's Ragnarok. That's like
no, it's not because
like
his sister comes back and then she like
Ragnarok.
Bro, that is Ragnarok.
That's years after this.
Oh boy, I'm bad. Okay, I guess that's what I thought about Dark World then.
Bro.
Dark World's with those dark elves and the Aether.
Yeah.
So the Infinity Stone, the Reality Stone, is introduced here.
Yeah, that's like the red, like gooey
The
thing,
red
right?
Gooey.
Yeah.
Goo.
I don't really.
Gooey.
I think I saw this movie once when we watched all of them before.
And
I saw this movie way after it came out.
Loki's decent in this movie.
At this point,
Is this the movie where Loki redeems himself?
Well,
does
Loki,
he ever redeem
slopes
himself?
towards it
this is where Loki
to not being like a complete ass wipe.
supposedly.
He's always playing both sides.
Yeah.
See, at the end, he kind of like assumes the throne.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm a good guy, but if there's an opening on the bad guy side, I'm gonna
He
take it.
pretends to be the king at the end of the movie, and that sets it up.
Is this the one where he's sitting there and then it looks like it's Odin, and then
Yeah.
it just okay.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember about this movie. I think
You don't need to remember the rest.
at this point, like when their initial run came through, I was kind of burned out after Iron Man 3 since I didn't really like that one, as I stated enough during when we talked about Iron Man 3. So I just don't think I had seen the next one in theaters, the next couple ones in theaters.
There's no Thor character development in this movie.
I wasn't a huge fan of Dark World. I thought it was
There's
very.
really-
I was gonna praise
filler.
it, and then I realized that I was talking about the complete wrong
Ragnarok.
movie.
apart from Loki and the end of the movie, this is a filler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Aether.
Like I said, I think it's.
So it's just like
C.
introduced. It just introduced an Infinity
I put it
Stone.
down
Then
with D.
D.
Not quite as
I'm
bad
fine.
as Hulk.
I'm
though.
fine with that.
yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
I don't know. Are there gonna be any other Fs in here?
Probably not.
We'll see what we think. You
Hulk
know.
is the only
we'll talk to it.
Hulk is the only Universal Studios movie in this whole
Really?
list. It's probably why it's so bad.
Don't hate on Universal. I'm sure they've
Just
made
because
some
it's
decent
different.
movies.
It's different, you know.
Yeah.
What's
Doesn't
next?
fit the
And the fact that Edward Norton.
Oh, is this Winter Soldier?
doesn't fit the full formula.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorite movies. Actually.
I think I only saw this one.
Winter
with you.
Soldier's not bad.
I don't remember much about this one. This one's when Bucky comes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And then he Black Widow's in this movie, right?
That's when he holds the helicopter.
Yeah, it is? Okay, I kind of know about this movie. That's the one with the elevator scene where he's just like, wait, who wants to get out or whatever? And he just beats up those guys in the elevator.
The one that inspired that meme.
That scene was cool. Is this the one where they're like all in like the offices?
This
And then
is
they're like,
this is the one with Hydra.
everyone who's Hydra, please show yourself now or whatever. I thought this was was a good movie seeing it. And then this is the one where he's like, they're driving in like the whatever Cadillac or whatever, and then Winter Soldier like throws that hockey puck underneath it and it like blows up.
Yeah.
I thought this movie was some good fun.
Fury, like trying to escape.
What was the climax to this? I don't really remember.
The new helicarriers trying to nuke everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And kill all Hydra's.
Oh, because
Yeah.
Hydra takes it over. Yeah.
Hydra's
Okay.
genetic.
Oh, and then him and Bucky are fighting in like that ball underneath it or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he loses his shield and then that falls down.
Because for some reason they designed.
And then
everything
Cap
to-
just won't finish him off, and he's like, "You're my brother." It's like just, you know.
Nice, just got him.
A or S.
I don't think that's on
I
the.
put it in S.
I don't think that's on the level of Iron Man for me. That would be A for me. personally.
I guess
Alright.
for now, we'll put it
It's
in
fine. I think it could move up. It has potential to move up.
We
It's
can
not set.
we
move
can
things around at the end.
revise it at the end.
Next movie is going to S tier, I'd say.
Is this Guardians 1?
Guardians 1.
This is an
Yeah,
S2
I'd say
movie.
this deserves that.
Guardians 1 is so
Had a
good.
great soundtrack to it. Chris Pratt did a great job.
Rocket Raccoon, great character.
Mm-hmm. Vin Diesel
Drax,
said,
good.
"I am Groot" like 20 times.
It's a good standalone movie.
Batista was in there.
Yeah, Batista. Yeah, can't forget about him.
Didn't Batista bomb anybody?
Yeah, not in S tier, only in A tier because he didn't do
Didn't
that.
Batista bomb anybody?
I thought this
great
movie was. Yeah, I thought this was a good movie. Right?
Yeah, dude, great character.
This is one where they go to the head planet, right?
No.
I'm just
You mean
gonna
Nowhere?
stop talking. Yeah, nowhere.
No, no, they don't go there. Wait. They might.
Is that one?
This is the one where he dances at the end of the movie, right? Because the
Remind me.
guy's like,
Yes.
"We have the Soul Stone
This
in
is the
this."
one where he dances.
Wait.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and then the main villain's
Doesn't he
like,
dance
"What are
with
you
the main
doing?"
villain? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
And then,
What's
like,
his name? Ronan.
Ronan.
Through the power of friendship, they like all contain the power.
Yes,
of
the Power Stone, yeah.
And okay, like honestly, that would sound like a stupid thing to have happen, but it works in this movie.
Yeah, it just.
So
it
I'd
does.
say this deserves the S tier
It
ranking.
works. This is a funny, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun.
Through and through, yeah.
Good moments, good lines,
Mm-hmm.
good music. Nothing really to hate about.
No, not at
Guardians
all.
1.
Ultron.
What is up next?
I'd put that B.
Is this Civil?
No, it's Ultron.
No,
B or
it's
C?
Ultron.
We got Vision in this one, though.
I would say it's probably a C tier for me, and I'll explain why.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I guess I don't want to go to climax instantly. I feel like it was really stupid that because Bruce Banner and Tony Stark are working to build this AI, and then Bruce Banner's like, "Tony, this is a really bad idea. Don't continue doing this." And Tony's like, "Fuck you, I'm just gonna do my own thing," and he continues to work on it. And basically turns to like an evil scientist. And I feel like that took his character in a direction that they really shouldn't have gone, or he didn't need to go in that direction. Like I didn't understand why they took that character arc
Bring
in this
back
movie.
douchebag Tony Stark.
Yeah, I felt like that character arc got resolved in the first
Yes.
one perfectly, and they didn't need to bring it back.
I
I felt like he learned his lesson
All
in
of the
Iron Man 1.
movies were like.
I feel like
him-
the sequels were unnecessary to Iron Man, I'd say. I feel like, I don't
I
know.
don't think they're unnecessary. They're not as good. They're
Yeah,
not unnecessary.
I guess, yeah, I'm taking that a little too far. I'd say that they could probably make them better if they wanted to,
Yeah.
And then, like, what, yeah,
Quicksilver
like this really, like,
and them.
beat up robot comes out and is like, "I am Ultron" or whatever at that party or whatever. And then don't they, like, fail to shut down the internet or something like that, or does it get out?
Yeah. Takes over Jarvis.
And I remember
Yeah.
they're like in that truck or whatever, and then he's like 3D printing himself, and then they're trying to chase it down. And then
Size.
Get the what is it, the Mind Stone?
Yeah.
Mind Stone.
yeah, because that's
Vision.
I didn't really like Vision as a character at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Consistently bad. He just like he wasn't bad. He was just vanilla. He was just plain. He was just a background character.
I mean, he's a robot.
Like I didn't care about
Isn't
it.
he supposed to be like insanely powerful though?
Yes. Vision
Like,
is
I didn't
supposed to be
really care.
Super,
He has
super
an
powerful.
Infinity Stone in his head.
I didn't really
He's
like.
super mid.
I guess they did. They didn't really progress his character at all in this movie. Like they didn't really play into the fact that like I'm a robot and I can't relate to these
Hey.
people.
He smashes though.
He does do that,
He
yeah.
does smash Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty popular.
Better than who else Scarlet Witch was smashing though.
Was Scarlet Witch smashing anybody?
Was that in this universe or was it in X-Men?
What are you talking about?
Her and
I don't know what
Quicksilver?
you're talking about.
That's her brother.
Her and Quicksilver?
Quicksilver's a brother.
Weren't they a thing? Weren't they a thing though?
They're twins.
Wow.
They're twin
Ooh,
siblings.
Lord.
I knew you were getting at Quicksilver. I'm like, John, don't do this right now. They're literally twins.
Anyway, to the end of this movie, Quicksilver. That's a good transition. We brought Quicksilver into this.
Transition.
Quicksilver is faster than anybody alive, but yet he still gets killed by bullets.
He
How does that
kills
happen,
bullets?
Quicksilver?
He does it on purpose.
Yeah, it's sacrifice.
He dies. Why? He dies intentionally.
Yeah.
Also, can I get to the climax of this movie? Do you got to say anything else before I just spoil the end of this?
You're talking about the big town?
Yeah,
Sokovia?
that's
Little
stupid.
Big town.
Why is that a thing? Why did they just take these rockets and just take this like Eastern Bloc city up into like the stratosphere? I get that they're like trying to like drop it and then it's gonna blow up the Earth.
Like a big meteorite.
Yeah.
Something, big asteroid.
I guess I don't
It's
know.
kind of dumb.
Then they're trying to.
It's
Then
kinda
like
dumb.
they're relegated certain people and like the Avengers is just evacuating people off the island. I'm like, why? and then they're all in that church, like, in a circle, just, like, fighting each other. Like, that's, like, the, like, cliche, like, superhero team-up thing to do.
Oh, we're in a circle now.
Hawkeye's just there doing this, you know? And I'm like, Iron Man, now would be a good time to have one of those recharges for that laser thing you did in Iron Man 2. And then I don't even remember how Ultron dies. Does he just get too cocky?
Well, they kill all the robots. And I think Scarlet Witch kills him, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Scarlet Witch is OP.
I guess I don't really remember much about this movie. It didn't really make an impact in my
I don't
mind.
remember
Except for
exactly
one
what it
line
was.
in the opening scene, which
At
we
least
didn't talk
comic
about yet.
She's OP.
You know? Captain America, bro. This
Language.
movie, not it.
Language.
That set the tone for Captain America, this movie, and from down on. I'm like, why did you have to say it? Why did you just have to ruin this scene like that? You're having a good team-up moment to start off this movie.
Language.
Captain America, Iron Man just being Iron Man, you know,
Language.
doing his thing, and
Language.
then Cap just drops language, and I'm like, killing the vibe right now.
Sun's getting real low.
On my hopes
I
for this
forgot about
movie, yeah.
that.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, look, Hulk and Black Widow are gonna
Black
get
Widow.
together. Nope.
Just tease that from movies on end. It basically just became like a thing to get Hulk to calm down. Like,
He's always mad.
that's a secret. He's
At
always
least
mad.
He is an Avenger, but then it kind of... Not really.
I didn't really understand. I guess I didn't really. I don't know. That thing didn't really do much for me. It wasn't really good of an explanation as to why he just could suddenly.
Hulk is inconsistent.
That's why he could suddenly just control Hulk form, just being like, I'm always angry.
If there's anyone I dislike as much as Captain America, it's Hulk, just because of how inconsistent Hulk is.
I feel like he got better as the movies went on.
He gets worse.
I don't know.
He got a better character, but like worse.
The way he
Bruce.
the way the Hulk functions
Okay,
gets
okay.
worse.
Bruce Banner gets better as a character. The Hulk gets worse.
Worse. Because
Yeah.
it's just like, why does he do? Oh, I don't want to fight. What do you mean Hulk doesn't want to fight?
So in
That's his
We'll
whole
get
thing.
there later.
That's his whole thing.
in Incredible Hulk, he can't raise his pulse above whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In the Avengers, he's always angry. In
Oh, I hate
in
Hulk. Doesn't make any sense.
in Avengers: Age of Ultron, he goes crazy and destroys like a whole like Indian.
Yeah, and then
city or
Iron Man has to
something
knock him out with
Yeah.
Hulkbuster, and he
Or
like drops
African
that
City.
satellite on him,
with the Veronica or whatever.
and then he like has that punching fist that just
And then
knocks him out.
Thor Ragnarok is like an alter ego. Then he fixes it.
Then he fixes it.
He just shows up on the screen and is like, fix it now.
And then all of a sudden it's Dr. Hulk.
Dr. Hulk, yeah.
Professor Hulk. Yeah.
Professor Hulk
Professor
just
Hulk.
shows up. I control him now. I'm him forever.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Okay, after not working in the first half of this ending Avengers movie, you just weren't able to control him,
Alright,
and now you just can. Like what?
we can move on from Ultron.
We've been there for a while.
Yeah, we have been.
Ant-Man.
S tier.
S tier?
Ant-Man was good.
I don't really remember much about this movie.
I
I remember Michael Pena
really liked.
did a good job in this. I'm just gonna defend Iron Man to anything you say to S tier. You know,
Ant-Man, I think, is better than Iron Man. I would rather watch Ant-Man than Iron Man.
but what about Yinsen though? When he breaks out the cave, when he just,
It's cool.
you know,
Ant-Man.
I would probably also rather watch Ant-Man than Iron Man.
Ant-Man's
1.
got some of the humor, along with some cool.
Ant-Man's very funny. Ant-Man, very pog.
if you want to rank it S tier, I won't
Very-
argue with you. I just gotta say that I think Iron Man's better. In my
I think
opinion.
Paul Rudd is a
We all
great
thought-
actor.
We all thought Paul Rudd wouldn't be able to do it, but then it was
He
good.
did it. You're good at actors' names. I'm not good at that. I could have told you that Hispanic man's name.
I looked it up on my phone.
That's.
Oh,
It's not really up here. It's up there. What's next? I don't really have a lot to say about it.
it's Civil War.
Cash grab.
Yeah. C. D.
B. I put it
B?
at B.
Ah,
It wasn't that bad.
I didn't like it very much.
I don't know. I didn't really care for it.
I guess the whole plot was around this villain who really didn't matter at all.
And
Yeah, really.
the whole thing with the Civil War thing, I feel like they didn't do Civil War the way Civil War is meant to be done. It's all about the registration and everything.
Yeah.
And they completely don't care about that. Like, the movie doesn't
Yeah,
go into
they're
that
like,
at all.
like Sokovia,
Like it does
like,
at the
blew up or
beginning,
whatever.
and then
yeah.
at the...
and then it just drops the plot line.
just completely doesn't talk about
And
it
it's like,
anymore.
let's just make this not about the whole superhero, like, legality thing.
Yeah.
Let's just make this Iron Man, Captain America. And I feel like the whole like thing behind this movie, the promotion was like, choose a side, and I did, and I think we've made that clear at this point what side we chose.
Yes, Team Iron Man.
But basically, let's just say that somebody who you're really fond of kills the greatest scientist of his generation, and you're just gonna forgive him for that, just being like, okay, whatever. Was December something? What were the numbers?
Even if it was,
Well, it was Bucky.
The string of numbers that they
And
said that
Cap
would set him off or whatever.
Bucky.
yeah. But anyways, okay. So what I was gonna say, even if I wasn't a big Iron Man stan, I would still be on side Iron Man because registering to the government puts a lot of limitations.
Because they definitely, well, okay, like think about it. In the overall story of Iron Man's,
do
like,
you want the limitations?
No,
I
wait,
mean-
no, that's not Team Iron Man.
Team Iron Man
Yes,
to
Team Iron Man
register.
is the registration. Never mind, I would be Team Cap if Captain America didn't suck.
I don't know, just Cap. I don't know. He's just not. It seems like he had a decent character in the first one, and then it seems
I
like
take
they
it
just
back. I would be
flanderized him
I would be Team Cap if Captain America didn't suck ass.
into this goody two shoes like Boy Scout.
But also, I feel
That
like
is-
with Tony Stark's character, I feel like he would be way more towards the nod registration.
That he seems like just off by
And
himself.
I feel like Captain America would be way more pro registration.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a freaking army.
Yeah.
He's in the army. He's a military guy.
Mhm.
Why would he be like, no, I don't want to be government?
He's trying to be edgy.
That doesn't make sense for Cap. Now that I'm thinking about that doesn't make sense for Captain America to me.
It's Cap.
It's Cap.
Is this the one where they're fighting in the airport and then they also fight in like
Yes.
that nuclear facility?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like who like Cap just runs in there and then Iron Man's chasing him after, and then it's like 5 minutes of just them chasing each other, and they finally fight each other and they're just beating the shit out of each other, and then there's really not a winner. They're just like, good fight. And then-
GG.
Yeah.
Bad. I didn't like it.
Neither did I. I'd probably rank the C tier now that I think about it.
C's fine.
That's where we put it.
I'd put it in
Doctor
C.
Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange was good.
I really like this
Pretty
movie.
good.
I think I put it A.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it S.
I
but
felt like
definitely think Doctor Strange.
I
was
felt
really
like it
good.
was a really risky move at the time to go into the whole astral thing, but I felt like they did that really well. I remember the one scene where he's like in the broom closet in the hospital. It was like the astral thing.
Cumberbatch did
Yeah.
a freaking amazing job in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
He was so.
Oh yeah, he really played a douchebag at the beginning, and then he got in that car
He
accident.
was
And he's like,
he
my
was
hands,
he
I
pulled the
can't do them
Kanye.
anymore. And then his whole trip to like the monk
Yeah.
house or whatever, and then he meets the bald lady, and then
It's good.
yeah,
It was a good movie.
it was. And then I thought the whole mirror dimension thing was a really cool visual. The fact that they were like
Uh-huh.
running on the walls and everything like
Yeah.
that.
And then what was it? Dormammu.
Yeah, Dormammu.
I like how he debated Dormammu.
He just kept reloading the save, and then he just
He used for all my Naruto fans out there. Naruto fans. He used the Izanagi on him, or Izanami, one of the two. Where you keep doing the loop over and over again.
Does Naruto have the time stone?
No, it has
has it been confirmed
Because-
that he doesn't.
Genjutsu. Uses eyes.
Does Doctor Strange
That's what he wants you to
use
think.
Genjutsu?
He might.
He does the hand symbol.
I mean, he could. Naruto is part of the MCU.
Starting that
Confirmed?
theory, yeah.
literally, he's a Genjutsu user. He just plays mind tricks. Genjutsu user, except his things are actually physical and they can hurt you. So not Genjutsu at all. What's next?
Guardians 2.
Guardians 2. I also like Guardians 2.
That's also a good movie.
I'd put it B.
maybe not seen this movie. I think I might have seen it once with
B.
you
I think I put it B or A.
when we were watching them all for
I put
Infinity
it
War.
A. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Starts out with the gold, all the gold people, and all the little ships because they steal.
Oh,
the
and then there's like
stores.
that yellow net around like the city.
Yeah,
I guess I kind of remember that. I don't really remember enough to like give it like a good ranking or anything like that.
wait,
I really like the Guardians movies.
I guess I don't know. It's just
no, that's from the first
That's
Guardians.
from the first Guardians.
The big net on
well, then I might not have seen this movie.
what is this? Is the one with his dad?
His dad.
I don't think
With the
I've,
Celestial.
I don't think I've seen this.
Yeah.
What's
Seen
his
it?
name?
It's pretty good.
What's the actor's name?
Jeff Bridges. Is it Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
That's who it is.
Who did you say?
Our
High school choir director. He looks just like him.
That's alright.
That was my ongoing thing with that movie. I was like, this
I think it was
like
good apart from the villain.
Mr. Harris.
Who's the villain?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Oh wow! I don't think I saw this movie then. I think that might be the
It's
only
pretty
one I
good.
haven't seen.
It's pretty good.
It's got Mantis in it.
Yeah, she reads minds.
Mantis?
Well, not reads
From
minds.
Aquaman?
She can. No, not Black Manta.
I remember that dude was in that movie for 5 minutes, got launched to like some Greek house, and then just didn't reappear.
Too many villains in Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's a problem with a lot of DC
She's the one
movies.
that holds Thanos' face, and she's like, incredible.
I don't
pain."
remember that. I remember her doing that in the movie. I don't remember her joining the squad in Volume 2.
Yes, it's in Guardians.
I don't
2.
think I've
That's when
seen
she
that
joins
one.
The squad. I like Guardians too. Solid
Okay, well, I
movie.
guess I'll
It's
trust
good,
your ranking
but-
on it then.
You should watch it. I think you'd like it. It's a good movie. What's up next?
Yondu dies.
Yondu does die. R.I.P. Yondu.
Spoiler.
How does he die? 'Cause
Spoiler! Sure, just gonna throw that in there.
He sacrifices himself
He has his redemption arc.
because he loves Chris Pratt.
I don't think I've
He
seen.
hasn't tasted Terran before. He
No,
didn't taste Terran.
nothing you
Does
said
he
at all
die?
about that movie is just not ringing a bell to me at all.
So you've made it quite clear that you have not seen that movie.
Next movie up though, if you already move on.
Spider-Man.
I'd
Homecoming.
fight for
Spider-Man
this one to be an
Homecoming,
S tier. An
I'll put
S
that
tier.
in S. That's a
S
great
tier.
movie.
Everyone didn't think that he could pull it off, but Tom Holland
I
is
did not think that.
the definitive Spider-Man.
I thought Tom Holland would be a great Spider-Man because he's funny, he's young,
See,
not
I mean,
like 30-year-old Tobey Maguire.
I had my doubts because like those are the first like superhero movies I saw were like
And
Spider-Man
he's
1
nerdy.
and 2.
He does a perfect portrayal as the way comic book Spider-Man's supposed
I
to
mean,
be.
when Spider-Man 3, when he's doing the dance in the club, it's like that's kind of nerdy.
Yeah, but I'm
when
just
he's doing the
saying,
whole like finger gunslinger.
Tom Holland plays the perfect comic book
He
rendition
does.
of Spider-Man.
Plus, the inclusion of Iron Man in this movie is fantastic as well.
I will always
Good.
crap on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. They're fun movies. They don't make any sense as far as Spider-Man
They're
goes.
better than the Andrew Garfield ones for sure.
Well,
though.
yeah, that's because the Andrew Garfield ones are bad. Those are bad movies.
They are, yeah.
The blue Electro.
Yeah.
I haven't
Bad.
seen that one.
Yeah.
Bad.
Don't see it.
Bad
Don't
movies.
see it.
Don't watch that. If you haven't seen the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man
They're
movies,
not
don't.
worth seeing.
I
I'd
don't
say
think
maybe
I've
watch
seen
the
either.
Tobey Maguire ones. I don't know if that's just because like I have nostalgia for them,
yes.
and I'm like, oh, this is like a fun
If you
rewatch.
haven't seen them already, you're probably gonna think they're
You're
really
probably gonna
shitty.
hate them, yeah. I'm like, what's this 30-year-old man doing in high school?
He's in college, which doesn't make any sense for
Oh,
Spider-Man.
I was talking to like the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's in college.
It's like, why is this like 240-pound
he's on like a
Flash Thompson in high school? No, he's definitely in high school in the original
No,
Spider-Man.
He's not.
Is he?
He goes on like a college trip.
In Spider-Man 3, he's in college because he has Kurt Connors teaching him.
Oh, maybe.
But in the
maybe
first
wrong.
one, he's in high school.
If not, he was about to graduate high school.
Yeah, it was like he was like a senior. It
Which
still
is-
was unexcusable
doesn't
for him to
make
be
any
that
sense.
old.
Yeah. whatever.
Anyway, we got off topic. I gotta
Totally
say,
correct.
Spider-Man: Home is great. I love Michael Keaton as the villain in this movie. Spoilers. The scene in the car when like they're going to the prom or whatever, he's like, "You're gonna shoot my daughter, right?" And then he like leans back and he has like the gun in his hand. And,
Yeah.
like,
That's a good one.
and then like they're moving all the Avengers stuff to like a new base,
Zendaya.
and then they crash the plane in there. I was just like, "That's a good."
Although Zendaya
Good
being
overall movie.
MJ's kind of weird champ.
I didn't really like how they did that in the movie. They're just like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and like the end credits are like, "Oh, MJ."
Like in literally
Like
every
they didn't
single,
say her name at all during the entire movie.
every single rendition of Mary Jane, she's a redhead. And they're like, nah, Zendaya.
Gotta change it
I
up.
gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
I know, but still, I like comic book callbacks. And
Yeah.
obviously, the MCU has to change a lot of things to fit stuff in, and be
Like I don't think
entertaining,
the
but
Iron Man being
I like the
Spider-Man's mentor was in the comic books, but it worked well in this movie. Also,
I
what's
like
his
the
name?
characters being
Ned?
similar.
Ned, fantastic friend, fantastic character.
Yeah.
Love that dude.
Like a Death Star.
Yeah. And then he drops it on the floor.
All right. What's
Also,
next?
kind of got to say this: Aunt May way hotter in this movie than the original Spider-Man's.
Shout out Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a matter of preference.
For that old white-haired lady that Aunt
Trevor's
May.
like, I like grannies.
I'm not saying mine's different. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm not saying from a character perspective at all. Oh, by the way,
Ragnarok.
I guess I kind of liked how they didn't rehash the whole like car scene in the original Spider-Man. It was like with great power comes great
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
They didn't need another Uncle Ben death scene, and I feel like that was something that was really off-putting. It's like a new Batman movie. Whenever that comes out, you're like, they're just gonna kill him again, aren't they?
His parents?
Yeah. It's like, great, I gotta see this for like the 5th time now.
Oh, there goes the pearls.
Yeah, there goes the pearls, there's the gun. How many different ways can they break a chain of pearls in a movie? I think they've used them all at this point.
The bullet goes through the chain of pearls.
There we go, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, had to go off on a little tangent there.
By the way it sounds, John likes Thor Ragnarok. You brought it up from Thor 2 a million times.
I actually saw this on a plane to London. I was just like, because they had like the in-seat things, and I'm like, I actually haven't seen this before. Let me
Thor
just watch this. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. It has a great opening when he's fighting basically the devil of Norse mythology, right? The huge horn dude.
Yeah.
And is playing whatever Led Zeppelin song's playing. Is this the song? Some heavy metal song's playing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then he gets caught in that net, and it
Is it Immigrants?
It is.
Yeah, it is Immigrants. Oh, okay, I was right. The Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was getting my movies confused there or not.
Wait, that is. Led
We'll just say it's Immigrant songs Led
I
Zeppelin.
couldn't remember it was Led Zeppelin. It's definitely not Pink Floyd. What am I thinking? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
I'm kind of offended.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I was second guessing.
I feel like this movie does a good job. You wouldn't think that they could change Thor into a humorous character, but this movie pulls it off. I feel like they did it really well.
Good director.
Plus, I also feel like it could be really jarring just having Thor all of a sudden get basically enslaved, and they pull that off too, and then Jeff Goldblum does a good job.
When doesn't he?
I guess Thor, I don't know, Hulk in this movie was kind of a surprise to me that he was in this.
It will work though, I think.
Planet Hulk? Hulk? That's basically what it was?
Yeah, they were inspired by that, yeah.
Yeah, he had his own arena that he was just kind of in charge of.
Yeah.
He was ultimate champion.
And then he's like, Hulk, brother, well, I'm here, and then Hulk just throws him across the arena.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
My buddy.
It's probably my favorite MCU movie.
Really?
Really? Right?
My favorite Thor movie, I wouldn't go as far as saying that.
Definitely, I put it in S tier.
I might go A tier on this one, but whatever you
I'll
want.
put S.
Okay.
I think it's really good. I did not think Ragnarok was going to be good going into it. I was like, oh, great, another Thor movie. Because I did not like Dark World.
That kind of offset a lot of people. I felt like they needed to change it up. They needed to change the whole genre of
the
it.
formula,
and it worked really well.
And it was really good. So I was very pleasantly surprised.
I'd say we might have another S tier movie after this.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
The first Infinity War.
No. Black Panther's on nice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
First off.
Rest in peace, Chad.
Well, yeah, we'll say that, but Michael B. Jordan absolutely steals the show in this movie. Him as Eric Killmonger is great. I was actually cheering for him at one point in this movie. Like, go get him, Killmonger.
All hail,
you got it.
Killmonger.
I was saying that. I was chanting that with him in the room. Like, all hail, Killmonger. You got me. Down to business. Just put me in that sand right now, old man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer. That's all I gotta say about that. S tier, yeah, good movie.
Great movie. I feel like the Marvel movies for a time there kind of went through this thing where the villains weren't super great. This movie kind of brought that back.
Yeah, Killmonger.
Because Killmonger, he's from Wakanda, but he grew up in Compton, and there's this whole aspect of that movie where
he's in Compton.
Yeah,
I thought he was from
Oakland.
Oh, he's from Oakland.
Compton, Oakland, one of the California cities. I'm not sure which one though.
Inglewood.
And then T'Challa's dad actually comes and kills his dad, and then he has this whole revenge plot. Yeah, it's a great setup to a movie, great execution of it.
Yeah, fun. It was a fun movie.
I also thought the Mag Train scene was kind of cool. I felt because he seemed kind of undefeatable. He seemed like he was just better than you in every way. If you'll take my reference back to Iron Man, and then just gets stabbed right in the chest. And they're like, okay. But he got his resolution. He was happy. He got to see a sunset in Wakanda.
Oh, now it's
Infinity War.
We're all waiting for.
Gotta during the S tier movies.
Largest crossover of history.
This movie was super great. There's only one thing they could have done that would have made it better. And you know where I'm going. But we'll get to that later. I'm not going to spoil into this movie for anybody. I'm sure everybody who's going to watch this is...
I don't think I will.
Thanos comes to town in this.
Purple guy.
Thanos has been in town, though.
He's just been chilling on the sidelines. He actually steps onto the field. He's
OG Thanos.
The man behind the slaughter.
Really though,
He really is.
he is the man behind the
is the
slaughter.
man- he was the man
Yeah,
behind
this
the
movie
slaughter.
starts off with a ship of
Purple guy.
Asgardians, right?
Is this when Hulk goes
And
all
all of
I
us-
don't want to come back? Or
Yeah.
is that the next one?
Yeah, no, because Thanos scares him
Yeah.
so badly he
Beats the
hides.
shit out of him.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. As far as Hulk goes, that makes zero sense.
Thanos
Hulk
basically.
is all about fighting everything. No matter
Thanos
what.
basically.
He's
See, but Hulk's a character now, though.
yeah, but
Like
Hulk as
I
a
didn't like
character
that.
wouldn't cower away
I didn't
from
like that
anybody.
character arc.
He just
I
gets
guess.
more mad.
It
and
seemed
stronger.
like
That's
seemed
how
like
Hulk works.
the only reason he was in that movie is because he had to be, because he was an Avenger.
Yeah, it's because he's an Avenger.
He had nothing to the plot of this movie. But I will say, like, Thanos spawns in, just kicks everybody's
Spawns
ass.
in?
That's not.
Who spawned Thanos?
He killed Loki. He's just like choked him out and then just tossed him aside and
I guess that was kind of needed, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
it was fun because I'm glad that they actually had the balls to kill off main characters in this
Yeah.
movie. Because I was kind of afraid. I'm just like, I know what the arc of Infinity War is. I'm hope that they actually go through it. Then they actually did. Aside from one character that I wish they'd killed off.
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah, Thanos is just like an unstoppable force in this entire movie.
Thanos truck shows up.
Except he should have aimed for the head.
Thanos copter.
yeah.
Thor was going in before that. He was so mad. He had like the
The lightning
his
eyes.
lightning eyes.
They
Yeah.
had gosh, what's his name?
Gorge.
Game of Thrones actor.
Oh, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
It's the
Okay, yeah. So we can finally
Giant Peter
finally
Dinklage.
talk about it now. Thor gets Mjolnir destroyed.
That was in Ragnarok.
Yeah. So he goes off to this dying star, or the star that they basically like made into a forge that's not working anymore.
Yeah.
And then he's like, build me a new hammer or whatever, because like this dude built the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos. And at this point, I'm pretty sure Thanos has all of them. He's been working his way up the entire movie. He basically has no opposition. He just clears the room.
He's got like a. I think he has 3 of the stones in this movie.
Okay.
Because he got the reality.
He got all.
stone.
He got all of them by the end of the movie, right?
No.
Hmm?
Yeah, he did. Because to do the snap, he needed all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does the snap
did.
at the end of this
He
movie.
did.
Because he just like
Spoiler
goes to Vision,
alert.
just like puts it
He
in.
snags that shit.
Yeah,
He
he's
does
like,
it twice.
Get over here, and then just.
Does it 2 times. So good he has to do it twice.
This movie had me gripping the edge of my seat. I kind of figured I knew it was going to end the way it did, but I really thought Thor had a chance at the end of that movie because he comes in with this basically like axe that he has, he throws it right at Thanos, but because of the revenge that he wants to get, he wants to watch Thanos die instead of just headshotting him. So he flies over to him and is just like pushing this thing in his chest. And Thanos is like, he should have aimed for the head. And snaps his
It
fingers.
doesn't make any sense because you hit someone with a tomahawk and instant kills them right where you hit them.
Right though, yeah. Okay, you got to bring it up.
Stick and stones type.
Yeah,
type beat.
yeah, yeah.
You don't know.
Thanos goes
Sticks
back
and
to
stones,
0
shut up.
score. Thanos set like a world record when he got tomahawked.
I was on route for world record once doing that. My friend joined my lobby and just killed me and then left.
27 tomahawks in one game. On,
I was
on radiation.
I was up to 22.
Or is it WMD, the one with the opening doors?
Yeah. I was at,
One of those two
I had
maps doesn't
20 I
matter.
had 20
We're getting way off
I had
topic.
22 tomahawk kills,
Get
and
way
my
off
friend joined my lobby and just killed me.
27. And I won
I
the
was
game.
like, what?
I won the game with 27 tomahawks. Only points I scored all game.
Shut
Top
up,
of the
Khan.
leaderboard. Anyway, he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden people just start disappearing.
I don't feel so good.
Does not feel good. Yeah, that
I wonder if that feels
that was really
bad.
sad.
Disintegrating?
Feels bad, man.
Is that a feels bad man
What do you
moment?
feel?
Or is it like, is it kind of weird chant?
I feel like it'd just be kind of weird.
I feel like it kind of started off as like a tingling. Yeah, you don't feel so good. You feel kind of hollow on the
I
inside,
feel like it'd be like a lack of feeling.
and then you just like look down at your hand, and then it just starts falling off. Yeah, one thing I was ready to stand up and clap if Cap just started disappearing, but he didn't. He lived. He lived.
I had to set it up so you got the OG Avengers winning in the end.
No.
Who disappears again in this movie? You got
Spidey,
Pretty much,
Bucky, Vision.
pretty much
Spidey.
everyone.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, because he's like, there's only one in
Yeah, and then
10 billion things where we win,
Black Panther. Pretty much all of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
except Rocket Raccoon. F in the chef for him. Well, that's all his friends. Except Thor. Thor and him get along pretty well going on. They team up.
Captain Thor.
Yeah.
All right,
I thought this was a great movie.
Ooh.
S tier, right?
Big sleeper coming up.
For
Sleeper
real.
flick.
Yeah. Sleeper
Yeah.
flick.
Literally sleeper flick. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I literally fell asleep during this movie. Missed about half of it.
I
In
don't even
theaters.
remember why we were so tired. I just could not.
I wasn't tired going in.
It made me tired.
I was tired mid-movie.
I don't remember why. I just felt like
I thought this was a crap
just drifting
movie.
off.
Maybe it was better than I think it was, but I thought it was bad.
I guess I'd put it at a D.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I
D's
wouldn't put
fine.
it as low
I
as
wouldn't
an
put
F.
an F, but I thought it was not good. I put it as a not good rating.
I think they were trying to play off the first Ant-Man too hard.
I guess I could stand Evangeline Lilly even though her role in The Hobbit's terrible. But
Why?
I didn't. What?
Why? Why did you bring that up?
I don't know. I just looked that up and I'm like, she was in The Hobbit. I hate that movie. Gotta bring it up on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, they're bad.
Cash grab if I've ever seen one.
Oh,
This-
the next one's another good
In
one.
a way, Ant-Man and the Wasp is necessary for
They're all
for
necessary.
Endgame.
No, I mean that literally is the whole reason why they succeed in Endgame.
Endgame is a huge.
Because at the end of
plot point.
Ant-Man and the Wasp basically takes place at the same time as Infinity War because they get shrunk down and go into like basically subatomic,
Yeah.
and then Ant-Man goes subatomic. I don't remember if it's just like to see if he can or if there's actually a reason he does.
Okay.
And then like the like handlers on the outside are supposed to bring him back, and then he's trying to like radio out to them, and then nobody's responding, and the camera like zooms out, and all of them disappeared because Thanos snapped his fingers, and then Ant-Man's trapped in like the subatomic.
Yeah,
So actually, the rat's the hero of the entire MCU.
that's true.
It
Actually.
is. It
Yeah.
is true. Shout out Rat.
Yeah.
Shout out 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine, yeah.
6ix9ine is the hero
Made
of
his
the Marvel
first
Cinematic
major
Universe.
film appearance in Endgame. Oh,
You're mad.
Captain Marvel.
I'm back. FT.
You know, I honestly have only seen this movie once.
I saw it in theaters.
D.
I didn't really
F?
care for it at all.
Because it's got Nick.
Not because it's a woman.
It was stupid. It was a stupid idea. Why did they have a
Right.
cat scratch out Nick Fury's eye? Why was
It's not a cat.
It's a whatever it's
It's a.
called.
What
But-
is it, like a flare gun?
that's what happened?
Look it up.
It scratched his eye. That's how he lost his eye. I'm like,
Yes, but the cat scratched his eye.
you couldn't think of a cooler way for Nick Fury to lose his eye.
Flirkin.
Flirkin.
It's a flirkin.
It's a flirkin.
It's kind of stupid. Apparently, they reproduce by laying up to 117 eggs.
Thanks, Trev.
I don't know why that
Thanks,
even.
Jamie.
I don't know why
Thanks for
that
pulling that up.
fact exists.
I don't know. This movie made over $1 billion, really.
I was not a huge fan.
Their bodies also hold pocket realities, bubbles of space.
I guess I
and
thought
time.
didn't the end of this movie, wasn't it like actually revealed that like Samuel L. Jackson the entire time was a Skrull?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I guess the Skrulls was a cool aspect of this.
But yeah, that's basically what I have to say for that. Is that was
What
the
are we gonna play?
really cool thing. I'd be fine putting it in D tier.
D.
I feel like D's not getting a lot of love.
D.
D's got a lot of love. It's got 4 movies in it now. All right.
Oh yeah, and
Also,
game.
lack of character development in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was,
that's
like,
true.
Strong right away.
Mm-hmm. Did that really like advance the whole overarching plot of the MCU at all?
No.
No point then.
No.
Just
Alright.
for it to be an Ex Machina
And
in
talking
Endgame.
about Endgame, Captain Marvel played almost no part in Endgame.
She had a haircut.
She did get a haircut.
Hey, she
She
passed.
threw a couple quips at.
Hey, her and Tom Holland were
Thor.
playing catch with the gauntlet, right? In the end battle.
Thor likes
Playing some
her.
good football.
I like her.
She did something.
That any other character could have done, but she did
Yeah.
something.
All right, Endgame.
Pretty good.
I think we know where this one's going.
We might have to rank the S tier movies. I feel like this one also belongs in S tier.
Yeah.
It's not as good, in my opinion, as Infinity War. Because
we can move around the S tiers. And
yeah,
put them in
because
order.
you knew how this movie was going to end from the jump. Like, you knew
we
they were
can
going
go
to
through.
succeed.
We can go through and like put all. Of
You
them
knew
in
they were
order
gonna
on the list.
win.
Whereas in
Because-
Infinity War, you're like, are they actually going to Are they actually going to do this?
You didn't know how they were going to do it. But you knew they were going to
The
do
ending of this movie is fantastic, in my opinion.
with all the people coming through the portals.
Yeah.
No, the variant, how they defeat
The variant.
Thanos.
Oh.
That got me.
Hits
That
him
got
with
me
the
in
Houdini.
theaters. Yeah.
Debates him.
But we'll, okay, I don't want to spoil every movie we're talking about right
We
away.
already have.
I'm gonna spoil this movie at the very beginning. Just break it down. This one starts. I feel like this one actually, Hawkeye, starting out his family, showing his like daughter archery, turns around to grab a hot dog, turns around, everybody's gone.
Imagine.
That's horrifying. Like
Imagine
that's just like
all the people
yeah.
being gone.
John, let it tight beat over there.
I feel like this movie really I feel like Infinity War, like sure, you could imagine some of the Avengers were gone, but this movie really puts it into perspective that like half the actual people disappeared on Earth.
And it's like it brings it back. It's all about the original Avengers.
And Cap's in like some meeting, whatever, some Fight Club type church meeting where they're just like, here are my past traumas.
Oh yeah, when they go in there, he goes to this freaking AA meeting.
Yeah. And they're like super disappointed, and then they're just like him and Black Widow are just pouting, eating sandwiches. They're like him and Black Widow just pouting, eating sandwiches at whatever Avengers headquarters they're at, and then Ant-Man just knocks on the door and is like, "Hey, I got something that can save everybody." Oh yeah, by the way, the van that Ant-Man was in to end Ant-Man and the Wasp, it got impounded, and then this rat runs across the board, hits the computer button, and it like brings Ant-Man back to the real world at a subatomic level. That seemed kind of like I don't know.
6ix9ine, bro.
I don't know how they would have done it otherwise, unless somebody was like robbing the van and then they just like hit the button. But whatever.
Man, 6ix9ine,
they had to bring it back somehow.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. I didn't have any problems with it when I saw it the multiple times I did in theaters. And then they come up with this plan to get everybody back using time travel, which I know some people aren't a fan of, but I feel like they
did it relatively.
They did it pretty well. It was also cool how they like went back in time to like the different Avengers movies, like they were in Stark Tower.
Don't know how we haven't brought this character up yet. Nebula.
Oh yeah.
You just not mentioned her this entire time.
She's pretty good.
She's a good character. I feel like in the movies she sucks really bad. Not the movies, the comics. She's the worst. Nebula sucks.
And she has lots of character development.
Like, if you haven't seen the comics, it doesn't really play it the same way in the movies as it does in the comics. Mm-hmm. But Nebula ends up with the freaking Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, I don't know how we didn't bring this up.
Shit like that.
Yeah, so it starts out with like the rest of the Avengers like tracking down where Thanos is, and then they finally find him. Thor goes into this cabin. I was expecting a huge fight to start off the movie, not just chops his head right off. He's like, I aimed for the head this time. Yeah. It's like, go Thor.
And Thor's fat.
Yeah, he gets fat.
And Tony Stark.
Imagine playing Fortnite, bro. That Thanos mode would have just brought PTSD.
Post-traumatic stress.
Back to, I don't know.
Iron Man dies.
Yeah, he does. That was sad. That was really sad.
Started with Iron Man.
I was not expecting it to. I was not expecting the one scenario they would win. Yes, anyway, they go to Iron Man. He's like, yeah, I can do this time travel thing. Bring up my sciencey holograms and I'll make it happen.
Professor Hulk.
And then at this point, he has a kid with Pepper Potts who we haven't brought up at all either. Iron Man's love interest throughout the entire Iron Man trilogy.
CEO of Stark Industries.
Yeah. Just a very minor character in the Iron Man movies, right? Yeah, and at this point,
out a lot of characters.
there's just a whole lot of.
Bring up Nebula.
It's like Game of Thrones, like in terms of the character list for this.
I guess we didn't really go in depth into the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which is why we didn't bring up Nebula.
So yeah, he has a family, and then he chooses to bring back half of the world's population over his family. Well, he thinks he might, it's not 100% chance he's going to come back.
And then he does.
So they go back in time, and then they go to an alternate reality, right? Grab all the different stones from there, because they steal the one from Stark Tower, and then they also go back. Thor goes to Asgard. Cap fights Cap. I was happy during that scene. Like, yes, both Caps are getting the shit beat out of them.
America's ass, man. Chris Evans. All my homies hate Chris Evans.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, if you're trying to wrap up something like this, you can kind of return to the kingy terms of the end of the climax happens, and then you got so many storylines you have to wrap up. It takes like an extra 30 minutes, you know? This really bothered me here. The only thing that bothered me was my hatred towards Captain America. And I gotta live a happy life, and Tony had to die to save everybody. Why couldn't it have been Cap?
I don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will.
Add bottom text to this meme or no one will understand. Just his face. I will say that's a good meme format.
Yeah, sort of like...
I don't think I will.
At the very end, he blows up the... Thanos comes back. Alternate reality Thanos comes back. And I know I'm believing on major plot points, so this isn't going to make any sense at all. But yeah, alternate reality Thanos comes back, blows up the Avengers base. You think everything's lost. And then Tony, like, dodge rolls.
Because the Dark Souls dodge roll and iframes.
Yeah, he iframes. And then Thanos is like, stupid, you missed me. And then he like snaps and then nothing happens. And then like he don't see the back of the gauntlet and he turns it around and then all of them are gone. Turns over to Tony Stark. He has them all on his Iron Man glove. And says, I'm Iron Man, snaps his fingers. That was a great
Dope.
scene. I love that scene.
Dope.
Batman said I'm Batman first, though.
Iron Man was cooler. Iron Man was way cooler than that. Just some dude in a rubber suit. This is a guy who's risking it, ending his life to save half the human
He flew a
population.
nuke into a portal.
Batman and Iron
Batman's
Man.
never done that.
Batman's kind of the same character.
Batman's
stop.
beating the shit out of petty thieves. You bought a gram of weed? I'm gonna push you.
Break your neck.
I'm gonna put you in the ICU for a month.
Hey.
So you robbed that lady over there, kneecapping.
Batman just
I'm gonna
kicks,
give you a spinal tap with a batarang.
beats the shit out of someone to the point of near death. And is like, tell me the information you know. When they're just choking on their own blood and can't even talk.
Tell me, where is he? Justice! I hate Batman, by the way.
I love Batman as
I
a
hate
character.
Batman.
He just has so many things wrong with this character.
I hate Batman. He's if there's anyone that's the most overrated hero ever, it's Batman. Everyone always sucks Batman's dick. I hate Batman.
Dark Knight's a great movie.
With enough prep time, Batman could be shut the fuck up. No, he can't.
He could, bro.
No!
I don't
Good.
think
It's like, oh, Batman versus like freaking the Anti-Monitor. It's like enough prep time.
I mean,
Batman versus Doomsday with enough prep time. He can beat him.
if he has enough prep time.
Yeah. He could synthesize kryptonite and then just like, you know.
He can survive the Omega beams with enough prep time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd figure out like a cape he could just like throw over his shoulder and block it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I hate Batman. I don't hate Batman. I hate Batman fans.
You hate the idea of Batman
See,
almost like
if Batman had enough time, he could get the Flash.
Shut up.
The Flash could run so fast he goes back in time
Shut
and
up,
gives
man.
Batman infinite
Shut
time.
up. Shut up.
Batman can have infinite time to prepare.
Shut up. I hate Batman fans so much.
oh,
They're
okay,
the
we're
worst kind of
getting
fans.
we're getting a little off.
Batman's preparation will be getting Superman to help him.
Yeah, exactly. Batman's prep time is getting Superman to do it.
Yeah.
Batman wins. No.
Hey, if he needs something from across the world, he's like, hey Superman, go get this for me real quick. Instead of flying over there. You know?
all the justice league members go into a crime scene. It's just Batman whipping. That one meme was the dude driving down the highway with all the trees going by. We ain't gang boys. Started on the bottom, now we
Okay,
gang.
okay. Back to Endgame.
We got off track there pretty
Back to
hard.
Endgame. I thought, yeah, I was totally not expecting Iron Man to die in this. That really caught me off guard. I really loved that scene too.
I really wanted it to be Cap.
I did too.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna stand up and cheer.
I was ready to clap. I was like, yes, there you go. He killed
I was
Captain
literally
America.
gonna cheer. I'm like, yes, finally. I hate Captain America.
Also,
Dead.
I'm really glad that this movie outsold Avatar because Avatar's overrated in my opinion.
That ain't
Is
it,
that a
Chief.
hot take?
That ain't it, Chief.
Oh, it had great graphics back in 2009.
It's still.
It's one of the best
pretty-
movies of all time.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. That was not it. That
There's
wasn't
a
it,
Disney
John.
park themed after it.
That wasn't it. Nah. That wasn't it.
That's my take. I'm not gonna take that back.
Nah, you probably should.
Nah.
You should probably go back and.
If I were
I have
if I were gonna watch 3 hours
Come on.
of a movie, I'd watch Endgame over Avatar.
Who would watch The Hobbit?
I'd watch the Battle of the Five Armies.
I'd watch Decimation of Smaug.
At least that one he destroys a city in.
Yeah, I get to see Smaug.
Desolation.
What did I say? Decimation?
Yeah.
They both work.
Yeah,
Similar words.
yeah. The third Hobbit movie, you just have a whole battle scene going for 3 hours, and then dudes that aren't even in the book for the entire movie. Far over the distance cold. I don't know. Okay. Got any other words on Endgame?
Let's get the freaking Homecoming.
We kind of got there. Let's get to Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Whatever. Far From Home. I didn't see it.
Night Monkey.
Spider-Man's in London.
Don't spoil this movie, please, because I really haven't seen it. So
Night Monkey. Pretty good. A.
yeah, you guys can
It's
just
pretty
give
good.
like a overall thoughts on it and give it a ranking. I haven't seen it,
The
so
villain is Mysterio.
I know it's Jake Gyllenhaal, Donnie Darko, my man.
Mm-hmm. Great, some great visuals.
Yeah, Spider-Man is
Mysterio,
Far From
yeah.
Home.
Some great visuals there. In terms of that, he's far from home.
London
Says it right in the title.
Things.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's in like Italy, and then he goes to
But
Germany.
they're-
It's like a whole
Yeah.
European class field
No,
trip,
you're
I thought there was a London.
and then it
Things.
gets canceled, right?
They're in London.
And then it does end in London,
They're
yeah.
on the London.
Because I was like, I've been there.
Did
I've
they
been
say-
standing right where
Did
that
they
is.
say Tings a lot in that movie?
No,
Madman Tings, a lot of drill rap.
stop. That's for next week. Just disappointed.
Shout out
Far
next
from home.
week.
Far from home. Good.
Y'all are in for a good one for that one.
Future.
We went through it for that one.
Future movies. You got anything to say for these ones? Any movies you're
Future
excited
movies?
for?
Black Widow. I'm excited
I'm
for
really
Black
excited
Widow.
for
I don't really know anything about Eternals. That's a prequel, right?
I'm excited for
I know
Eternals,
nothing
too.
about Eternals.
Ten Rings. That's pretty good because they okay.
I got
Middle
a
Eastern
really
dude
good team.
with the Ten Rings tattoo seemed like a really imposing villain. The guy with the whole like USB stick that can paralyze people. Never really explained that technology. Seemed cool in the movie though. They set that guy up as the leader of the Ten Rings, and all of a sudden just this British dude's here, and then they just didn't bring him up again.
Captain Price shows up.
But I guess there is a short that like brings that back into canon, where it's just like he was just an actor, and like the Ten Rings are actually still out there. You know, I'm not sure
Everyone's just
exactly what the
actors.
short's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a plot twist. Everybody's an actor. It just zooms out and there's just a sound stage. Just like, good take, guys.
Just like the Mandarin.
The Mandarin was an actor acting as the Mandarin.
I'm the Mandarin. Just dies.
Gets a lead pipe going out.
That's the highlight of this
Hey,
whole podcast.
Hey, it was Gwyneth Paltrow in whatever fucking doc that was with the lead pipe. Got it solved.
If we were playing a game of Clue, that would be it. Alright.
Yeah, Ten Rings, that looks okay. Spider-Man again. Love Tom Holland. Can't wait for that to happen again.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm
Since
so
they're going to be a
excited for
female
this
Thor in
movie.
that one.
Yes.
Natalie Portman's coming back, right?
Natalie Portman will become Thor, but then it's the same director as Ragnarok, which means it's gonna
Okay,
be
that's pretty
wonderful.
good. Yeah.
Wonderful. It's going to be wonderful.
Taika Waititi is a great director.
He did a good job, yeah, in the third. I don't really know what else he's directed, but he's did a good job. Thor 3. Doctor Strange, I like the first one.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
excited for this
Excited
one.
for that.
This Scarlet Witch. What's that going to be called?
WandaVision.
WandaVision is going to set up.
I'm
this
excited
movie
for
Oh, I guess I could
Scarlet
pull that
Witch
up.
too.
whenever those things come out.
I got you right here,
Because if
Trevor.
y'all
If you
don't
want
know,
to look at 'em.
Scarlet Witch is mad OP.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I didn't really care
I
for
don't-
Falcon, and I didn't really care
Yeah.
for Winter Soldier, but that's just me.
Falcon Winter Soldier, I'm not excited for.
WandaVision, I'm excited for.
I'm excited for WandaVision.
Loki, didn't really like Loki either as a character.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Loki should be interesting. What if?
They're making a What If movie?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like
Or a
it's like an
series,
animated
Oh.
series.
Disney
A
Plus.
What
It's
If
like an
series.
animated
I like
series.
the What Ifs.
You're gonna like this one.
I like the comics of
You're gonna
What
like
Ifs.
this.
What If comics.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Hawkeye. That's gonna be a fun one too. I'm excited for.
I don't
future
really know anything
MCU
about the.
stuff.
I can't really speak on Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, or She-Hulk at all. So
Moon Knight. That'll be cool. She-Hulk, nice.
Don't need to get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No. I haven't seen any of the Marvel TV series up to this point, so I guess I can't really speak on them.
I wouldn't.
Was excited for Black Panther too, but I don't think that's gonna happen now.
That's
That hit me. I saw like something on Twitter, like a notification, just like Chadwick Boseman. I didn't click on it because I didn't think anything would happen, and all of a sudden, just my timeline just got flooded. I'm like, damn, that sucks. But yeah, okay, want to go over S tier real quick before we end it off here? Just rank the S tier. What do you got here so far?
Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Homecoming, Ragnarok, Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame.
So,
I'd have to say I was so skeptical that they could pull off Infinity War, and it just
was really good.
blew all my expectations out of the water. I'd have to say Infinity War is
the best one. I gotta put it first.
Probably the best one that they've made, yeah.
It's the culmination of like a decade
of movies.
Mm-hmm. Like, nobody had done this before. There's like, there's like close to 30 movies in this, right? And they just all culminated with that.
The MCU is crazy. Which is why I think it's insane that my fiance's never seen any of them.
Really?
I think it's over
at all.
It's over a day's worth of hours.
It took us like 2 straight weeks, and we were watching like 2 movies a night before Infinity War came out. Were you with me when we saw Black Panther and like there was an ice storm and I just had like I scraped like a phone size hole and I was just driving in the movie theater with
I remember that. I never saw Guardians of the Galaxy in theater, by the way.
Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty good.
That's good. I gotta say Iron Man second. That's just a personal opinion from me, though.
That's a if you know, you know comment, by the way.
Iron Man, just a great movie. Nothing wrong with that. Obadiah Stane, great. And then Gwyneth Paltrow makes him that thing that says Tony.
Really, after this, I don't know where I'd put the rest of them in order.
Proof that Tony Stark has a heart, and then Obadiah Stane comes in, whips his thing out of his chest, and then he has to crawl down to the basement and put that thing in there, and it just completed. Visually completed the character arc. And then it's like, Tony, you're at 10% or whatever. Like, Jarvis is like, you're at 10%. It's like, keep going. And I'm just like, I don't know how much power you think you have, but you're like...
No Iron Man or Guardians of the Galaxy.
I gotta go Iron Man on that one.
I would choose Guardians also. I think Guardians is better than Iron Man.
Guardians.
I might have to watch Iron Man. It's not that late yet.
We're gonna do majority rules.
Okay, yeah, go for it. I'm fine with Iron Man clocking in at 3.
Iron Man or Ant-Man?
Iron Man. I would choose Iron Man, then Ant-Man, and then I'd do Spider-Man over Ant-Man.
Yeah, I'd probably do that too.
Yeah.
Homecoming is a good movie.
What's after
Ragnarok?
that?
Ragnarok could probably go towards the end. That's probably
I put Ant-Man above Ragnarok.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And then, what's after that?
Black Panther.
I'd put Black Panther ahead of Ragnarok too.
How about Black Panther or Ant-Man?
Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther is better than Ant-Man.
And then I'll leave that.
Yeah, that's... Well, no, Endgame was better than Ragnarok, I felt like.
I would say Endgame is better than Ragnarok.
And I would say Endgame is better than Ant-Man.
Better than Ant-Man.
And
I'd put it above Black Panther.
I'd put it above Black Panther too, but not above Homecoming, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Alright.
That's probably it. There you go.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking burrito. That's been it, man.
I feel like there wasn't as many arguments about this list as I thought. I thought with like so many movies we'd have some disagreements on it, but it seemed like we were all
pretty
in agreement.
Yeah.
Might be a tier above or below where we thought it would go, but
there's a couple where it was kind of like in between, where it's like a couple said C, D, B, C,
But again, mostly movies I'm not like backing them completely, and I'm like dying to be like, this has to be an A tier.
Yeah.
Except for Iron Man, that's S tier for sure.
First movie I saw of these was The Avengers.
Oh,
that's weird.
I saw it in theaters.
I saw Iron Man.
I had no idea the other movies were related.
When he's like, I'm Iron Man, and then Black Sabbath kicks in at the end credits. Can't beat that. That was just such a cool movie from start to finish.
People really don't know about Black Sabbath, bro. I brought up Black Sabbath to one of my coworkers.
Like how people don't know about Led Zeppelin?
I was like, you ain't never heard like friggin' War Pigs?
I think Iron Man's the only song I've heard by them.
You gotta listen.
I mean, War Pigs was on Guitar Hero, but that's about it for me.
War Pigs is like the first like metal song. That was like came out in like the 70s. Revolutionary band. Listen to more Black Sabbath. There's a reason Ozzy Osbourne is as famous as Ozzy Osbourne is. Not because he's crazy.
He ate that bat?
it is partly because he's crazy, partly because he was literally a generational talent. So, only a few British people I mess with.
We're gonna
get
get off topic here.
What is that?
Closing words on MCU. I think it was very good for its time. I feel like it did some very terrible things for the movie industry, and that everybody thinks they have to make a cinematic universe now.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Has any other cinematic universe worked?
Not that one.
No.
Not obviously it can't work as well as this, but has anybody been able to string like 4 or 5 movies together and actually have them work? Because the ones I can think of are Dark Universe. You can't even count that one. So I mean, like The Mummy.
Well, Star Wars.
And that's it. That's, I guess, yeah.
Toy Story.
Those are more like sequels. They're like they don't have like.
They're not like intricate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say only really Star Wars did it well.
Yeah.
A lot of people trash on the sequels. They're
Solo,
not that
underrated
bad.
movie. They were bad, trust me.
They're not that bad.
We can have a Star Wars one of these and I can go off. Prequel's better than the sequels. I'll be saying that all day.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm just saying that the sequels aren't as bad as people put them out to be. I trash on them too.
Okay.
But they're not unwatchable.
I'll slot that in then. After the NFL
Star
preview,
Wars?
we're doing a Star Wars one of these.
Alright. We have a lot of these planned out.
And voice our
content.
opinions.
We got content.
Okay, yeah, real quick beforehand. Nobody else has any any statements on Marvel movies. We can just slot out what podcasts are coming up next.
Well, no, you have to throw in the alcohol of the week. You haven't done that.
Oh, alcohol of the week, yeah, Trevor. What you got here?
We got some.
You can tell we're Minnesota by how long it takes for us to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's fine. That's just always me.
Oh man, you're gonna have to get the cords in the way.
No, I got you. I got you, Trevor.
Oh no, he's got it. Okay.
Yeah, I just gotta sing it up. Got some.
Introduce it.
Got some absinthe. Absinthe refined, as it says. It's not real absinthe because it has sugar added. It's a liqueur. But this is 110 proof. So that's 55%.
The strongest liquor of the week we've had.
Yes, that is by far, because that Mad Dog was in that thing that Bacardi's like 40 proof.
This is a bit strong.
Want to get the shot glasses out, John?
I'm just gonna finish my drink.
I'm not taking a full shot of this shot. I'm gonna say it right now.
Could get you.
I'll do like a quarter shot. I ain't doing a whole shot of this.
I typically have a shot of this after I eat a large meal.
This guy's kind of nuts, though. He likes his alcohol.
What's his cup for?
The shot.
Why? You have 4 shot glasses just sitting right there.
Oh, facts.
I wish I had a bunch of cups sitting on the table.
Hey, don't hate.
Yeah, pour me like a quarter shot. I'm just trying to get the taste of this because
I want to taste. I don't want to full.
If you've ever tasted black licorice,
I don't like black licorice very much. So.
Star anise.
Jag and root beer, underrated combo as a mixed drink.
This is a similar flavor to Jaeger, but this is much more potent.
Don't know how I forgot about that.
Less sweet.
Yeah, please don't pour me up something like that.
I'm gonna go grab a Chase.
Go to like lower jaw.
I'm gonna go to Chase real quick.
Go around.
I'm scared of this one.
Why is it green? It looks like.
I don't drink a lot of alcohol, so I used to drink a lot more, but not these days.
No, here, I'll put that dead center in the middle right there. There we go. All right.
Let's launch it.
Let's get this over with.
Cheers.
Cheers. It is. Ooh.
You know what?
I don't really like black licorice.
Terrible.
So I don't really like that, but it's all right.
Got a feeling of my sore throat right now.
I enjoyed taking that shot more than I did Bacardi Limon.
That is for sure, yeah.
That's because my body rejects Bacardi Limon in every aspect.
Wait for that Virginia Black.
Excuse me.
I like whiskey though, so that shouldn't be an issue.
It's also got that numbing effect on your tongue.
Yeah, I feel that.
Which is a typical absinthe thing.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you said you want to hash out a couple of the future podcasts?
So what I'm thinking next week, you already got it slotted down. Already doing some research for it.
Drake.
It's the Drake podcast. I don't think we're going to rank them. We're just going to go through them chronologically because I believe that's a good enough ranking on its own.
Opinions.
But we'll get into that next week.
They digress as you go through.
Week after that, I'm thinking we'll get JT back on. Do an NFL preview. Week after that, you're bringing up Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
You can come back for that one if you want.
Yeah.
May have to do that.
You're a big Star Wars guy, so.
Yeah.
There you go. Interesting takes. And we got a sequel defender as well. I did not realize that, so it'll be interesting to hear those takes.
Not a sequel defender. I just don't think they're unwatchable movies. Whereas he makes them sound like they're just unwatchable.
OG trilogy. That's where it's at.
Obviously, those are the best ones. But honestly, the ones I go to for if I want to watch a Star Wars movie are the prequels. Because they got all the memes. They're funny.
I don't know if that's just because it's like my generation's movies, you know?
They're just funny. They're cringy.
They are.
Cringy in a good way.
They're bad movies.
Wrap this up.
Yeah. You have to watch the podcast about Star Wars, okay? We'll just wrap this up for now. Okay? I know we got kind of long-winded at the end there. I even forgot what this was about for a second, but this is our ranking of the Marvel movies, okay? I'm John, signing off.
Trev,
Yeah,
Terrell.
there you go. Okay, we might as well just end this. This has been an hour and a half at this point. Catch you next week.